Hello friends, welcome to Azure Data Factory video series. This is 22nd video and topic is delete activity in Azure Data Factory. Let's go to agenda. We will discuss on delete activity and properties of delete activity, and I will show you some example for live demo. Delete activity is basically to delete any files from any folders or subfolders from local premises or from cloud storage. Before deleting any files, we need to remember deleted files or folders cannot be restored. Make sure that Data Factory has the right permissions to delete folders or files from the storage. And also make sure you're not deleting files that are being already written at the same time. Okay. And if you want to delete files or folders from an on-premises, then make sure you need to use self-hosted integration runtime with correct version. I have already discussed on last videos what is integration runtimes and types of this. Let's go to Azure portal and let me show you with some example. This is the link I have given. You can go and study in details for delete activities. Okay, let's go to Azure Data Factory now. This is my home portal and this is container where I have already opened the folder and the file. You can see the output file folder. We have a file employee CSV and employee details CSV. We will select any particular file to delete using delete activity. Now go to Azure. Let's refresh it so you can see. Okay, so we have two files. Now go to the Data Factory. This is copy data activity I have, and the demo 4 pipeline I have created in my last video. If you want to see how we can create the copy data activity and what is all the details about this, you can go to YouTube channel and search for Azure Data Factory Tech. You can hit the Tech channel, and if you go on the playlist, you will find more videos on Azure Data Factory tutorials. Okay, there are many videos. You can see watch one by one for better understanding. This is sequentially, so it's better. I will recommend you to watch one by one. Now let's go on to our topic, delete activity. This activity, delete activity, is found in general tab. Let's drag and drop it in the pipeline. Now here is the name section where you can rename your activity. Let's rename it. We can put some descriptions here. The timeout is for till what time this activity should run. The default is 7 days. You can maximize or minimize it. The retry is for how many times it will attempt, and the retry interval is till how much of interval, like it's 30 seconds of interval it will retry. Source output and source input is for monitor your logging, if you want to log your input and output in the monitor window. Now go to source. Here we need to select a data set we have already created, or we can create new one. Or delete file recursively means if you want to delete all the files from any particular folder, then you need to check mark this. This is the IOPS button where you can click and read details. The max concurrent execution, like at the same time how much activity you want to perform. So you can type here 1 to 10 for maximum concurrency. Now we need to create new data sets. Just hit the new, and we will select Azure Blob Storage because it's work only on files, not on the database. So we will select Blob Storage. We will create a new data set properties. Let's create it. Rename here some meaningful name so you can or anyone can understand your code. Now create new link service for this data set to connect to your activity. Just rename it. Again, the same meaningful name I can put here. Here it is. And now for that particular file, we need to select the subscription. I have only one subscription free trial. I will select that, and then select storage account where the file will be is stored. You can test your connection using this test connections. Connection is successfully, so we just hit the create button to create your link service. Now the full path, we can go on select any that particular folder or file. Let's go to container, the output folder. In output folder we have a file, two files. Let's select any one. Employee CSV I am selected. Okay, here is the full path. Now if you want to parameterize your dataset, you can go in advance and parameterize your dataset. Hit the OK button. So our dataset is now created. Now you can see other properties. Now the file path is, now we have option file path in datasets, what already given. Now second option is wildcard file path. If you want to search your files using wildcard like .txt or .csv, you can select this option and put the details here in the wildcard file name. You can make it dynamic also. Same for prefix, you want to for any particular prefix files. In list of files, if you have any list of files at particular path, then you can select this and select the path. Okay, now filter by last modified. You can filter out your files by last modified date or between the dates or timing. Recursively I am not going to check it because I want to delete one file only from this folder. Now logging settings, if you want to logging like what files is deleted, you can select logging option and you can put particular path. You need to create the dataset again, link service again, and put some particular path where your logging will be saved. Now let's disable it, enable logging. User properties, if you want to see what it is, you please go on my previous video. If you go already, I have YouTube open, so let me show you. This is 14th video I have created on user properties in Azure Data Factory. You can go and watch in details. Now go to delete activity. Let me select this on copy data activity. So before that, let me show you something. We have a success, failure and skip options here, the complete option here. So I am selecting it for delete for failure option. So suppose if copy data demo activities get failed, then our delete activity should trigger. Let me select again. If it succeed, then some another, let me drag and drop wait activity. It's just for waiting your pipeline execution. So we can put some time here like 1 second, 2 seconds or any seconds here. So till that second it will wait for any next execution or next activity execution. Okay, so just trigger it. Now what it copy data activity is running. You can see in the output window, pipeline output window, it's in copy data demo is queue, and if you refresh it, you will see the status. Every 15 seconds, I guess 20 seconds, it will refresh. If you want to refresh within a second, within 20 seconds, they can refresh it from this button. And this is the pipeline run ID here for a particular unique execution. It's still running, it's taking time. Let's wait. I think internet is slow or something. Let's go to notification. If you see, you can see the status. Demo 4 pipeline is already in progress only. And then even now it's copy activities succeeded. Okay, so it's succeeded means it will go for the wait activity, and if we refresh it, we can show wait activities in queue. It's in progress. Okay, so it will, okay, I have put it the enough time, so it will wait for that second and 100 seconds. So we can cancel it. We don't want to waste our time. So we already know, like, we understand now how it will work. If succeed, we can cancel it, and we can check for the another like when copy data activity fail, then how delete employee file activity should trigger, and how delete activity work, like to delete the file. Let's cancel it for now. It's taking much time, so it's canceling now. Okay, for now copy data activity to be cancelled, we need to do some modifications. Just go to source, and if you see in source we have this input data sets. Let's select, and we have a table. If you want to modify the tables, we need to select edit, check mark it, and then we can make some modification here. let's put it employees. So there is no employees table in the database now. Okay, let's check the storage. Okay, we already have 2 files. Okay, if you run this time, the copy data activity should fail because we don't have the employees table. We have employee table. So let's refresh it and it should fail. So pipeline is running now. Copy data demo 4 is in queue. Let's wait for a few seconds. So it's failed now, and our next activity, the delete employee file, is triggered because copy data activity is failed and we have set it on failed. So refresh it. Once it will complete, our files in the storage folder with the output folder, the file should be deleted. So it's succeed now. Delete employee file is succeed now. So now go to a storage account. We have 2 files, and if you refresh it, here you see the employee file is deleted. That means the delete activity worked. So this way we can use delete activity. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel for more videos for Azure Data Factory. Thank you.